Flag is up. And the chase is on. Parketry showing good early speed. POTUS is right there in the red cap, and down on the inside, Hold Hard was out quickly. Those three by the wire the first time around. Of course, still 2 circuits remaining. And behind that, in the pink colors, comes Ancient Times, who's out in 4th. Down to that one's inside, just another one is 5th. Tiger to Remember 6th in the early going. Cutting the corner, Mr. Connecticut toward the inside is a joint 7th, along with I Am Fortunata. It's a length and a half more then. Back to Riptide Rock, who's back 4th last. Flying Scotsman's outside of that one in 10th. It's a length and a half more than back to Bellarmine Hall in 11th. And Ice Bar is at the back, 12th and last. And the 12 of them only covered by about 8 lengths as they work their way down the back stretch. On the front end, it's Hold Hard just in front. POTUS and to the outside, Parketry. Those three right across the course. That trio a length and a half in front of Ancient Times. Just another one stays down toward the inside is 5th. It's another length and a half then. Back to I Am Fortunata. Outside of that one, Tiger to Remember, a tugging pull on that number 12 horse there. Down on the inside, Mr. Connecticut. After that comes Flying Scotsman, Riptide Rock. The 2 at the back are Bellarmine Hall and still Ice Bar. So they work into the second of 4 turns here in this 2-mile extravaganza, and Hold Hard. Ross Garrity, in the final ride of his career, has the lead by a neck. On the outside, Parketry is second. It's a length more then. Back to POTUS in 3rd. In the pink colors, there's Ancient Times, who's 4th as they shift into the stretch. Only 2.5, 3 off the early lead. Then comes just another one. Tiger to Remember up on the outside now comes into 5th. I'm Fortunata's after that. Mr. Connecticut bottled up toward the inside. Ice Bar starts to make a touch of ground to the outside with Bellarmine Hall. They were second to last and last, and right now Bellarmine Hall making a big move. Was 11th, is all the way up to 3rd, and Bellarmine Hall is going to go all the way up to challenge for the lead. Bellarmine Hall pokes a nose in front with 1 circuit remaining. Hold Hard now back to 2nd. Parketry is 3rd. A length off the new leader up front. Length and a half more back to Ancient Times, who's traveled pretty well for Taylor Kingsley in that 4th position. Down on the inside, POTUS is 5th. A length and a half after that to Tiger to Remember, who's in the 6th position. Flying Scotsman's out wide in 7th. Just another one in the red cap, red sleeves, is back in 8th. A length more than back to I Am Fortunata. Ice Bar is still toward the back along with Mr. Connecticut and Riptide Rock, but the 12 of them only separated by 5.5, 6 lengths as they work their way down the back stretch. They have just over a half mile left to go. Ancient Times up to grab the lead. It's Ancient Times in front. Flying Scotsman made that big backstretch move. Here's a move toward the inside for Parketry. Tiger to Remember, 4 of them right across the course as they sprint for home now. 3.5 furlongs left remaining. Parketry on the inside. 2 deep for Ancient Times. 3 deep Tiger to Remember. 4 deep Flying Scotsman as Ancient Times now drops back 4th. Then comes just another one. In behind that, I Am Fortunata trying to get going. But these top 3 have separated themselves. Tiger to Remember on the outside. Parketry toward the fence. Between horses there is Flying Scotsman, who's back in 3rd as they have just over a quarter mile left to go. To the top of the stretch they come. Parketry on the inside just in front of Tiger to Remember. Flying Scotsman down the outside is 3rd. Riptide Rock in the orange and brown colors starting to roll. Just another one had to tap on the brakes there. Final furlong time now. Here comes Riptide Rock with some big momentum. Graham Waters and Riptide Rock quickly go to the front. Parketry is back to 2nd. 3 more back to just another one who shakes loose, has a chance to get up for 2nd, but no shot for 1st. Riptide Rock and Graham Waters to win it. 2nd ended up very close. Ooh, it is a photo there. Just another one in Parketry. Another photo for 4th between Tiger to Remember and POTUS. And the race is on. Good start toward the inside. Pull of Trouble showing good early speed. From the outside, Luana, and Betsy Licious is right there between them, and Betsy Licious going to go up to poke a nose in front of Pole of Trouble. Luana going to stay to the outside in 3rd. It's 2.5, 3 more then. Back to Mas Victoria, who makes up a touch of ground toward the inside. Tins is at the back early on as Betsy Licious and Pole of Trouble lead them. They have just over a half mile left to go. Betsy Licious, Pole of Trouble pretty much on level terms. Luana just waiting in the wings back 3rd, a length and a half off the top 2. Mas Victoria being pushed along down toward the inside, has a seam, and here's Mas Victoria trying to come through. So 4 of them pretty much across the track here as they work past the 5/16 pole. Betsy Licious 3 deep is in front. Mas Victoria, Pole of Trouble to the inside. Luana's just in behind, 2 lengths behind the leader, who's Betsy Licious to the top of the stretch. Betsy Licious and Heavy on Toledo, a length and a half to the good of Luana in 2nd. Mas Victoria stalled out there, as did Pole of Trouble, but a final furlong left to go. And Heavy on Toledo just took a look over his shoulder. He sees about a 3-length advantage. Luana is a clear 2nd, 4 more lengths then back to Pole of Trouble. But Betsy Licious on debut, 2 lengths in front. Luana trying to close up the inside. Betsy Licious looking for the wire, is going to find it. Luana was second. Third went to Polo of Trouble. Fourth, Mas Victoria. And the race is on. Spurs up from the inside. Kitten's Clown is forwardly placed. Those two 1-2 as I'm a Good Fella from the outside. And My Mamba coming up to join the front ranks as well. But it's Kitten's Clown and Spurs up, the two inside runners quickest. My Mamba just a neck back in third. On the outside, I'm a Good Fella is fourth. Break of a length and a half more back to Davina's Connection over the border. Those two are at the back, but the six of them only covered by 3.5 or 4. As up front, Spurs up, Kitten's Clown. Those two continue to do battle past the 4.5 furlong marker. They're a length and a half in front of My Mamba, who's back in third. 23-3 for the opening quarter mile. It's been a contested one here. Kitten's Clown, and on the inside, Spurs up. Those two still just separated by a nose. They're 2 lengths ahead now of My Mamba, who's back in third. Davina's Connection toward the inside. I'm a Good Fella. And over the border being pushed along at the back, but is still about 5 lengths behind and last. As they come by the 5/16 pole, Kitten's Clown, Spurs up. My Mamba now joining them on the outside. And these three fan across the track as they come into lane. And My Mamba has the momentum. My Mamba on the outside swings into action and goes to the front. Kitten's Clown back to second. Spurs up third toward the inside. Davina's Connection starting to rally. But it's My Mamba and Michael Sanchez who head for home. My Mamba by the 8th pole in front 2.5. Davina's Connection trying to run up into second with Kitten's Clown. They're battling out second. Third, Spurs up, still pitching away toward the inside. But inside the final 16th, it's My Mamba. My Mamba in front to win it at 8-5. Won it by 2.5 in the end. Second, third, and fourth were all very close. I think a Kitten's Clown in between grabbed second. Third is going to be a photo between the 1 and the 4. And the race is on. Caught him in a pretty good line. Solardi goes right to the front in those teal colors. Up from the outside, Rebel Posse. Valiant Vinny coming from between horses now up to challenge from second. But it is Solardi the leader. Valiant Vinny, EJ's Revenge, Rebel Posse, they're third and fourth. Between horses, Boondoggle in the pink and purple's fifth. Then comes Kingpin in sixth. My Boy Blue is going to be cast out 5 or 6 wide there going into that turn. At the back, Sovereign of Speed. As they head into that turn, Solardi is the leader. Solardi by a neck. Valiant Vinny turning up the pressure. Rebel Posse parked out 3 deep now is a clear third. 22 seconds for that opening quarter mile. Valiant Vinny right up alongside of Solardi. Solardi still ahead in front. Valiant Vinny, here's Rebel Posse looping up 3 deep. My Boy Blue is trying to follow the favorite from fourth on the far outside. Kingpin in the red colors between horses. Still going to need a seam as they come to the top of the stretch. Solardi on the inside of Valiant Vinny. Rebel Posse has no excuses. His third just 2.5 behind. Solardi digs in toward the inside. Valiant Vinny between horses now a length back. Rebel Posse is back to third. Solardi continues to find on the front end. It's Solardi there by 2.5. Rebel Posse trying to get up for second. Solardi, Michael Sanchez. Michael with a race-to-race double. Won it by 2.5 in the end. Rebel Posse up for second. Valiant Vinny third. Fourth was EJ's Revenge. And the race is on. La Befana showing good speed. Abstract Moment is right there. Runaround Slew, part of the early mix. And Special Cap showing good debut speed up from the outside, was out with the top 4. It's a length and a half more back to Molly Tapper. Silly Lily is in and amongst horses. Down at the fence, Right to Refuse is back in 7th. Little Baby Girl's 8th on the far outside. Going to be 3 deep as they run into that turn. It's 2 more back to B Mountain. And Peach's Sweet Notion drops out to the back. Abstract Moment, Runaround Slew. Those two 1-2 as they go by the 3/8 pole. Length in front of La Befana. Molly Tapper cruises up a little bit closer now from 4th. It's another 2.5 then. Back to Right to Refuse, who's 5th right now. Only about 4.5 off the lead. Then comes Little Baby Girl. B Mountain looks to have some run from the back, but is going to have to gain ground as they come to the top of the stretch. Abstract Moment, Runaround Slew. Joining them, Molly Tapper to the outside. These 3 across the course by the 3/16. La Befana just in behind them. Right to Refuse, Silly Lily, B Mountain now starting to run on with Little Baby Girl. But they're 3 across the track to coming to the 16th pole. Molly Tapper, Runaround Slew. Abstract Moment toward the inside. La Befana switches out late. Molly Tapper just in front. Runaround Slew. Molly Tapper going to do it. Runaround Slew looked to hold second over Abstract Moment, La Befana. They were right there, 3rd and 4th. And the race is on. Good start in the center for Fonda, who shows good speed. On the outside, Understudy Kitty is a little quicker, though. Understudy Kitty is right to the front. Fonda back in second. Toward the inside, Bloodhound, joined by High Tech Prince from the outside. They're 3rd and 4th. It's a length and a half more back to Yamo in the Dars colors, who's 5th, about 4.5 off Understudy Kitty. The 2 at the back early on are Scenic Moon and Concentration. It is Understudy Kitty at 4-1. Takes him by the 3/8 pole. Understudy Kitty in front now by 2. Coming up on the outside is High Tech Prince. Fonda right there toward the rail. There's second and third. Yamo now moving up fourth as Bloodhound got shuffled back there a little bit fifth. And 4 off the top as Understudy Kitty brings him to the top of the stretch. High Tech Prince takes up the chase from second. Yamo up on the far outside. Down on the fence, Fonda going to need a way through. In behind that, Bloodhound going to switch to the outside as they have just over a furlong left to go. Understudy Kitty, Fonda got loose, trying to come after them along with Yamo. It's Understudy Kitty. Fonda and Yamo both 2 lengths back at the 16th pole. Understudy Kitty trying to find Fonda is leveling off between horses along with Yamo. Understudy Kitty begging for the wire. Fonda charging late. Understudy Kitty, I think, held on. Fonda was right there. Yamo back in third, and Bloodhound finished fourth. And the race is on. Caught him at a good line. Lady Noy toward the inside, but Threat Level Midnight is quicker, and Threat Level Midnight goes out to the early advantage. Beach House came away in good order in second. Lady Noy backs up through the field. Shasta Star joining that one in the third flight. Also right there, starting to move up on the far outside is Translate. Auburn's in between horses. Then comes Player, who's back third last. The 2 at the back early on are Strong Vows and Raise Your Game. As up on the front end, Threat Level Midnight is the leader. Threat Level Midnight a length and a half in front of Beach House. Down on the inside, Shasta Star, a tugging willing third, just 2 off the top. 22 and 3 for that opening quarter. Threat Level Midnight, Michael Sanchez, a length to the good of Beach House. Translate starting to warm up, is now up to a joint third. Shasta Star just going to need a way through, is bottled up right now in behind horses waiting for a seam. Threat Level Midnight to the top of the stretch. Just to that one's outside Beach House. Looking for room still is Shasta Star down toward the inside. Translate on the outside is fourth. Making up some ground now is Our Strong Vows. Final furlong time now. Threat Level Midnight, Shasta Star looking for a seam toward the inside. Our Strong Vows really bursting onto the scene late as well. Shasta Star, Threat Level Midnight, Our Strong Vows. Shasta Star got through. Threat Level Midnight looked to hold second over Our Strong Vows. After that was Beach House. And the race is on. Far From Home toward the inside was out quickly. Dither is right there in the early going, and Lord of Mischief wants a part of the early mix, as does Commander Biz, as does I Know. 5 of them right across the course as they go to that first turn. 2 more then, back to Rambunctious Ride. Fast Boat to Sky, the favorite, got away in good order toward the inside, is now 5th. As I Know just took all the worst of that as they go into that first turn. Let's go back to the top here. Far From Home is the leader, a length and a half to Dither. Fast Boat to Sky cut the corner beautifully, is now up to third. Lord of Mischief outside that one in fourth in the Batman colors. 3 deep there for Commander Biz in fifth. And behind that is Bolly Rolling Tide, who got over toward the inside from sixth. I Know is seventh. Down to that one's inside. Then comes Motown Blues in eighth. The top 8 only covered 4.5 or 5. 2 more lengths then, back to Chase and Chapin. Jebby, they race together 9th and 10th. They're 3 clear of Rambunctious Ride in 11th. After that comes a Double Lot Buck in 12th, and at the back is Lunar Mission. Opening quarter, 22 and 4. It was a scramble, too, as Far From Home and Dither take him into that far turn. The opening half, 47 and 2. It's Far From Home just in front of Dither. Commander Biz out wide. Down at the inside, Motown Blues at a big price is now up to third. Fast Boat to Sky between horses in the red colors is fourth. Jebby's made up some ground, is 6th toward the inside right now, but only 2.5 behind, just going to need a seam. Far From Home brings him to the top of the stretch. Dither and 3 deep here, Fast Boat to Sky. And here's Fast Boat to Sky, who comes up after the lead. Far From Home quickly back to second. Jebby going to try to follow that move, so the 2 favorites now 1-2. The picture changed entirely. It's Fast Boat to Sky, who comes by the 8th pole, length in front. Jebby on the outside, trying to come up on level terms and is gaining. Here's Jebby on the outside of Fast Boat to Sky. Jebby goes to the front. Antonio Gallardo and Jebby pulling away late. Fast Boat to Sky has to settle for second. Long way back to Bolly Rolling Tide. Then came Motown Blues. And the race is on. Good start for Ignited in the center. Down on the inside, Tapit Brio is out quickly. And here's Cleat coming up to join him. And those 3 across the track early on as Cleat's going to go up to Poconos in front of Tapit Brio. Ignited going to sit back third, about a length and a half, 2 off the top. It's a length and a half more then, back to Science, who's up on the outside of a tugging Tiz of Tails down on the fence. Pico de Oro between horses. It's 3 more back to Class Wizard, who's the trailer. Cleat clears off up front. Cleat at 7-1. Midway on that turn in front, 2.5 lengths now to the pair of Ignited and Tapit Brio. 22-1 for the opening quarter as Cleat and Colby Hernandez lead him past the quarter pole. Length and a half in front now. Ignited getting a bit closer from second on the outside. Pico de Oro starting to move 3 deep. As down on the fence is Tapit Brio. Into the stretch they come. Cleat is still the leader. But here's Ignited on the outside, and Ignited roused to come after Cleat. Pico de Oro behind them in third. Down on the inside comes Tapit Brio. Late run from Class Wizard, who was was last, is up to fourth now and starting to gain on the outside. But there's a new leader. It's Ignited, and Michael Sanchez. Pico de Oro up to second. Ignited, another one for Sanchez, wins it a length and a half. Pico de Oro was second. Third went to Cleat. Fourth looked like Class Wizard over Tizatail.